Somerset County Council are actually the lead partner in the Fish and Chips project. It's all about inter-European cooperation, and over the past couple of years we've been very pleased to welcome our guests from Europe. I've met with producers from many parts of Europe, both at the Bath and West Show, and we actually hosted some of our friends and colleagues over at Dillington House. It's very much about developing the relationships and understanding how other people work in this sector, bearing in mind that the food and drinks industry is so important to the Somerset economy.
The food festival is exactly based on what I think the Fish and Chips is about for us, which is about raising awareness of independent artisan producers. It celebrates local produce and the fact you have to get public awareness to recognise that the supermarkets are actually no better value, but the quality of the food that you get from local artisan producers is better. We're very pleased with the Fish and Chip project because it's put together a number of us, who you'll probably see in this film, and we've spun off things from that where working together, as we could with going abroad, has really given this a big push. So we're very pleased with what is a modest investment, which is going to have, I think, changes over the next 5 to 10 years.
In Somerset, the breweries, we all know each other, but because we're all busy in our own way, we tend to do our own thing and never really get together. So the Fish and Chips project really has really helped us start to collaborate together as a whole. There's a website being developed for the Somerset Brewers Association rather than just the Cheddar Ales Brewery or the Moore Brewery. So there's going to be somewhere where people can come and look at the whole of the Somerset brewing industry, which will be very, very helpful.
So a group of consultants, I'm one of them, helping the Fish and Chips project. They've just started to pull all the brewers together, coordinate all the work and build a new website for them that will, let's say, jointly help them get better exposure in the marketing. So we're building the website. There's a tourism consultant as well. She's helping with some advice. So we're all pulling together for the greater good of the brewers in Somerset.
I went on one of the Fish and Chips digital marketing workshops a couple of months ago, and it was fantastic. I know I need to do more video to promote my food festival and Levels Best and the other projects I'm involved in, but I was a bit nervous. I was thinking, oh, I have to get a really whizzy camera, I'm really worried about noise, the whole uploading onto YouTube. I was so confused about it, and the great thing about the workshop was that I was on it with a dozen other people all in the same position, all starting from a very low knowledge but knowing they need to do it, and Jim just demystified the whole process and, to put it quite bluntly, gave us all a bit of a kick up the arse.
I mean, this is actually delivering the chips part of the Fish and Chips project. It's about microchips as well as actually the food production. We're just trying to build their confidence. People are generally quite scared when it comes to video cameras and video, or they think they need to employ huge companies with lots of video production, cameras and sound and so on. And what we tried to do was to get them all into this workshop together and just show them from very simple techniques, maybe on smartphones, to how to hire a camera and everything in between, just to get something online. People don't realise that YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world now, so just to have some sort of video online that references your company is brilliant for you.
When you're a sole trader, you're thinking on a day-to-day basis how to produce your product. You're not thinking about your Twitter feed, your Facebook account, what your website looks like. You haven't got the time for that, and that's where Levels Best can come in. That as a collective, we talk about those individual producers, we get their message out there to a much wider audience than they could achieve on their own. It's relieving that marketing burden from them and help getting their message out to a much wider audience.
One of the great things Levels Best does is running the monthly farmers markets, which would be a great tool for us in terms of promoting our flour to a wider audience and help us grow the business. At the moment we sell it mainly through farm shops across Somerset, but we hope by using the Levels Best markets we'll be able to get new customers and grow our business. Yeah, I mean, we've got a very complex and busy life. Apart from having 2 small children, we run a busy bed and breakfast, and with that and running the flour mill to make the product itself, we don't find a huge amount of time left by, if you like, to do the marketing side. And so again, that's where Fish and Chips and Levels Best can help us fill that gap.
The Wells Food Festival is promoted as the Great Somerset Sunday Lunch. And the reason it's called that is because everybody knows that for Sunday lunch, the family gets together, the community gets together, you eat together, you share together, you have a good time together. I think that that's a really important element, and that's the fundamental element that drives the style of our event, which is community. And the people who make the food, the people who eat the food, the people who distribute the food, it's part of our community in exactly the same way that the landscape was developed by food production, for food production. Tourists come to visit beautiful Somerset landscape, but landscape is food and food is the landscape.